said though, and I asked you if we'd make it far. That one last kiss that they write about, my one last wish you could never doubt. I trust angels who fly away from you, and you told me that we'd never die. Gave me so many reasons why we were meant to be. Then she said no, 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 no. No, 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 you should. I've earned the cost and now I've paid it. Oh, no, no, no. Oh, please don't go. I know my face a memory erasing. Been a few years since I heard your voice, yeah. Lost a few here, but it's not by choice, no. Girl, I see your face every day when I look through my phone. Can't delete all these memories, won't leave me alone. Hit my blind side, never saw you coming. You were so wild, both know I was nothing. And I'm nothing now, nothing's changed. You know I'm just the same. Miss you now, but I hope that someday you explain. That one last kiss that they write about, my one last wish you could never doubt. Trust angels who fly away from you, and you told me that we'd never die. Gave me so many reasons why we were meant to be. Then she said,
Well, hello everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. Today is June 13th, 2023. It is 2:20 p.m. on the East Coast of the United States. Thank you all for joining me. While everyone is coming in, if you don't mind hitting that thumbs up button, it is so important, and I really appreciate it. People here in the live and people in the replay. Thank you guys for watching. And Connie, thank you so much for celebrating your first month with the family. Thank you so much. I truly do appreciate that. So something just dropped, and I don't think any of us was expecting this, but here we go. Let's do this. All right. All right, so here we go. News Nation, there is kind of this is surprising actually, I gotta say. Just dropped just a few minutes ago. Summer Wells, Tennessee girl still missing 2 years later. Summer Wells vanished from her Tennessee home on June 15th, 2021. Family believes she may have been abducted, taken down a hill behind home. Her parents passed polygraph tests, were previously center of investigation. Rogersville, Tennessee News Nation, credit goes to them. It's been 2 years since 5-year-old Summer Wells vanished without a trace from a small town in Tennessee. On June 15th, 2021, Summer's parents said she was helping her mother and grandmother plant flowers before going inside the Rogersville home to play with her toys. It's nothing we haven't heard before that part, right? Then, out of nowhere, Summer vanished. That was the last time her mother said she had seen her daughter. Quote, I yelled downstairs for her a couple times and I didn't get an answer, which was unusual because usually she's always answers me. So I went down there to check, and she was nowhere inside. She was just gone, end quote. Summer Wells' mother, Candace Wells, said. Her family believes Summer may have been abducted, taken down a steep hill behind the home, possibly to a waiting car along the road. Quote, I know in my heart and in my mind, she was abducted. Don Wells, Summer's father, told News Nation, quote, someone snuck up there and we were not exactly paying attention, and we don't know if they came in the basement and grabbed her or if she stepped outside the basement and was walking up to her swing or something, end quote. 2 years after her disappearance, that that's still all that is known about last time Summer was seen. And Brian is saying we will be discussing this case in a live stream Thursday at 1 p.m. So the day Summer vanished. Join the conversation by submitting a question on the page and we'll answer it during the stream. So if you go to this article on News Nation, at the very bottom, you can actually ask a question, and it could be something that Brian potentially asked. Almost immediately, Candace and Don became the center of the investigation, but were never named as suspects. Um, I don't think that's quite right. I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that part. Never quite named as suspects. That's not true, in my opinion. Everyone was a suspect. So I don't necessarily agree with that. Uh, Police remained tight-lipped about Summers' case, and there haven't been any real leads or developments. The Wells said that they had to move from their tight-knit community of fewer than 5,000 people because of all the threats and harassment they received. Bullshit. Sorry. The Hawkins County Sheriff said the Wells have cooperated, but there is no evidence that Summer was kidnapped or abducted. Um, I'm not sure if I agree with that either. I mean, they have cooperated, but from what Ronnie Lawson said, they are no longer cooperating. So, um, the Hawkins County Sheriff said that the Wells have cooperated, but there is no evidence that Summer was kidnapped or abducted. Where is Summer Wells' timeline of the search of the 5-year-old? Quote, we have not ruled out, we have not ruled anything out. Everything is possible, Hawkins County Sheriff Ronnie Lawson said. Both Candace and Don passed the polygraph test, but Lawson's statement that everyone is still a person of interest in leading some to wonder if the Wells know more than what they've said. Quote, she is a good mother. She loves her children. Don said about his wife. Quote, she is not going to allow any situation like that. The biggest mistake she might have made was choosing the wrong friends. That has with yes, love one another, and that's what I'm trying to kind of say here. I mean, I don't completely agree with everything. Um, so what did Don mean when he says the wrong friends? Very oddly directed, in my opinion. It is. It is. Trev, you're absolutely right. 1 second, please. Okay, sorry about that. Um, when asked if any of the wrong friends have anything to do with Summer's disappearance, Don said, quote, "We don't know." That's interesting. Interesting. Guys, do me a favor, hit the thumbs up button if you haven't already. Would really appreciate it and your support. Thank you. Um, Now, let's get to this. Don said he was limited in what he could discuss about the family and the case. Social services took Summers' three brothers from the home shortly after Summers' disappearance, and the Wells have not been able to communicate with them in half a year. We love our daughter with all our hearts, Don Wells said. We miss her. We will do anything to have her back in that church and with us she so loves, end quote. Summer's father pleaded guilty to driving under the influence in 2022. Candace also filed an order of protection against him, but then asked for it to be dismissed. Don currently faces criminal charges in 3 states, including a domestic, yeah, domestic assault arrest in 2020. Now, does Don? Do we know that? Don currently faces charges in 3 states, including a domestic assault and arrest in 2020. I mean, exactly. Unless it's something we don't know about, but I mean, I want to be fair. I mean, I don't know. If, okay, okay, let's just go on. Everybody makes mistakes, Don said. He sat down with News Nation to discuss where Summers' case stands today. Quote, "We're doing better," he said. "It's still very rough for my wife," end quote. Candace hasn't sat down for an interview since the appearance of Dr. Phil in 2021. Candace, it's 2023, uh, where she walked out of an interview in tears. It also took her 13 days for her to do an interview right when her daughter was missing. During the 2021 interview, she said she felt like she was being interrogated and didn't want to do the interview further. Now, if your daughter is missing, you feel like you're interrogated, so it's about you. It's not about your daughter. So we're putting all the feelings on yourself. I'm being interrogated. Well, think about where your daughter is. Think about what she's going through. It's probably worse than an interrogation. I can tell you that. But it's always been about Don and Candace. It's always been. They've made that crystal clear. Since Summer's disappearance, Don said their life has been consumed by harassment from people online who believe they are responsible for whatever happened to Summer. Quote, "Before you know it, you're getting a mob going," Don said. He loves the word mob, by the way. Quote, "My wife could go to the store and somebody would scream at her, like baby killer or whatever," end quote. He sent News Nation videos from one of his job sites where some people were demanding to speak with him about his daughter. He said it got so bad they had to leave the state. Um, Thank you so much, Stacy, for your tip there. I appreciate it. It means the world. Thank you for your contribution. Thank you a lot. Summer made national news. Yes. Crime Time says, well, if that was you being accused, then you would not like being interrogated, would you? Hell no. No one likes to be avoided of something they didn't do. It's common sense. Um, yeah, but you get over that really quick in with your daughter. You know, it's about your daughter, right? It's not about your feelings. It's about finding your daughter. You get over that real quick. We do a lot of things that we don't like to do in life, but we just got to do it. You know, that's just life. So, um, where was I at? Okay. He okay. Now the two live in a motel in Arkansas where Dawn was able to find a new job. As for Summer's case, her father said they have a private investigator working with the police. The Hawkins County Sheriff's Office is still working alongside Tennessee Bureau of Investigation, but both agencies decline interviews with our team. Police released new information in, okay, sorry, wrong one. Don said he hasn't learned anything new from law enforcement, but has always said he believes Summer was abducted. Quote, nothing pointing to abduction, but nothing pointing to foul play, other than her walking outside the house and not being found, Lawson had previously stated. There was also a key tip from a neighbor in 2021. A woman and her teen children told police they heard a scream about an hour before Summer went missing. We know that's obviously Jody Sue. Quote, wish every day that I heard that scream and I didn't dismiss it, end quote, the witness said. Obviously, that's Jody Sue. But the sheriff said after multiple interviews, the tips led nowhere. One clue police are still looking into is the pickup truck that was seen in the area around the time Summer vanished. Detectives said they are looking for a red or maroon pickup truck with ladders on the back, but Lawson admitted he's not even sure it's connected to the case. Summer's father told News Nation that he still holds on to hope. I do have hope, you know. I have hope in God. He's in control of all things. And so, whatever the outcome is, I have hope in God. And one day, either sooner or later, I will be with my daughter again, end quote, Don said. While the sheriff declined an interview, he emailed a response. Listen to this, guys. To me, this stood out the most. Listen, the last part stands out the most. I want you to read this. While the sheriff declined an interview, he emailed a response saying he expects to have an update on the case in the quote near future. So what does that mean? What does that mean? Good to see you, dear. So Ronnie Lawson apparently told Brian Enton that they'll hopefully have a response on the case in the near future. The tip, the support. It means the world to me. Thank you. It's very kind of you. You hit the thumbs up. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. She felt interrogated. Bullshit. She felt guilt. Well, to me, if you feel interrogated or not, okay, you feel interrogated. Get over it. You have to do it for your daughter. Listen, it may be uncomfortable, but I'm going to say, listen, what do you need? Let me give you all the information I can give you to clear me so we can move the F on. I'm not going to tell things, or I'm going to just repeat things very specifically. I can't remember this time. It goes away when you're having fun. I can't even, sort of even think of a time. It's very crazy, very crazy. Hello, Tara. Good to see you. So let's hope that. So Thursday at 1 p.m., they are going to be doing a live with Brian Enton. Let me just see if there's any new update here. Let's see. I want to show y'all something in a second. But I was actually I don't want a zip code. I just want to get 2 years ago, 2 hours ago. Let's see. Is that still the same? Okay, still the same thing. So someone left on one of my comments the other day, and I wanted to show this, saying that Dawn and Candace, thank you, my love, I appreciate it. That's right, costs nothing for a thumbs up. Saying about Dawn and Candace doesn't have 9 kids between them. And so I want to show you that they left a comment in my comment section. And so let me show you this. I think I finished it. All right. Here we are. All right. So Donald Wells, right here in the orange, he has Donald Jr., his son, and he has a daughter named Margie. She's 32 years old. 32. That is correct, Connie. 9 kids and all lost. That is true. Now, Arkansas, we got Candace here. Arkansas removed a child from Candace at birth. The child had substances allegedly in its system, taken from birth. And then we have, I believe the other son, I believe his name is Andy. I'm almost certain. But then Candace had 2 other children taken away several years ago, even previous to the Arkansas child, the one that was removed from birth. So without the 4 between them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Now we have the 4, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Just an FYI, I wanted to show them from the comment section that there is 9 children's. Obviously, Summer is missing. And none of their kids had all taken moved. CBS needs a nation base that hospitals have access to. So many do. They will overnight sometimes and move to a different state. And, if the kids were registered in another school or whatever, oh, hey, PG, see ya. Am I having bad weather? I apologize for that. So there is 9 kids between them. On that funny face, be careful driving. So anyone, my internet's not stable right now. Let me see. Wilson needs to answer questions about handling of his son's case. Yes, that is true. That is true. I'm going in and out. Crap. All right. Check something here. Is that better? Is that better now? You're not having internet problems? Why are you on this? Okay, hopefully that's better. Hopefully it stays that way too. You hear me? I keep freezing? Huh. Okay. We'll take that off and we'll see if this is better. Okay. Hopefully that's better. Still watchable. As long as I'm watchable, that's fine. Wells have any previous has Mr. and Mrs. Wells have any previous convictions make them answer to them? Well, it's interesting that article, though it may not be accurate. I want to give a full disclosure. I don't know, but it says he's got like 3 crimes in 3 different states. Hello, Donna. Good to see you. There we go. He's got 3 sorry. He's got 3 I don't know if it's true or not. I guess we'll have to find out. Now you can ask a question at the bottom of that and it could possibly be answered from Brian Enton. It'll be interesting what that interview will be like on June 15th, which is Thursday. Maybe Tim Mullins signal. No, you know what it might be. Hold on. I might lose you for 1 second. Okay, hopefully that'll be better, maybe. Okay, I'm back. I had to switch something, so maybe that might be better. My internet has really been going out in every which way. Yeah, they've said like solar flares and all that stuff has been crazy. Well, I mean, aliens have dropped down in, where was it, Arizona? Like, okay, I'm good. I'm not going to Arizona anytime soon. I'm just gonna tell you that. It has been acting weird. Sunflower, you're right. Don has spent a lot of time in jail and prison. Oh, absolutely. Okay, so it's much better. Perfect. Okay. Don has spent, which, well, I mean, go back in a few lives ago and I show Don and Candace's complete history of from 1718 to present day. I literally did a timeline with their whole lives, major events, criminal, and it's quite extensive. It's quite extensive to say the least. Anybody going to be around Hawkins County, uh, Bristol, Kingsport area on June 15th? Anyone? Geez, down in corporate overload's got me late for J Fro. Oh, hey Lauren, good to see ya. Trev, yay! I hope I get to see you. That's a great lifetime. Thank you, Peace. We worked really hard on that. We really did. New. Okay. Well, hopefully I'll get to say hi to some of you. What I plan on doing is, can you imagine the circus, Bonnie? It's usually people are very friendly to you. While you're there. I mean, I don't think I would hope nobody would start anything, being that you're there because of summer, you know. So that's what everyone should be there for. I will be live very early in the morning on June 15th. I'll be leaving, and I'll be kind of streaming pretty much all day, my entire drive there probably, and I'll be taking some footage of some areas. Uh, what else? I'll be kind of doing some testing on how long it gets from here to here and just different things. I'll probably be live by 6 a.m. on June 15th, maybe earlier. It's completely safe here. Yeah, Sunflower. I've never felt I've never felt unsafe in Tennessee. I was just in Tennessee 2 months ago. No, Kelly, no Tesla this year. I mean, I have my Tesla, but I'm not be driving the Tesla. Hold on. Someone said I said something bad about Trevor. Who said that? Because I want to. Who said that? Because that's bullcrap. Thank you, Trev. Uh, Not you on panel. You have been on. I don't believe that for. Yeah, you shouldn't believe that for a second. Yeah, probably trolls. Don't pay them any mind. Not worth it. Um. Yeah. Well, I was actually putting together a live for this evening, and that came out, and I really wanted to. I don't. I don't have to talk negative about anybody. It's not productive, and it doesn't accomplish anything either. So, uh, if you find that, uh, good luck, because it never happened. Let me pull up something here. Here is. I thought this was a cute, not cute, but a cool little website. If you guys want to look at it, it's coldcaseexplorations.com, and it's got a lot of stuff about cold cases and uh, many different cases abroad, everywhere. A broad list of cases. We've got Walgreens. Here's the Walgreens, and then right here's the stoplight, right in front of the Walgreens. I've got a video of it, and then it's 5 minutes to the horse pond. 5 minutes away from Walgreens. I've driven it. I, you know, the more I study and learn about this case, the more I feel like that this Walgreens, they went to this Walgreens for a reason. It did, I mean, there's plenty of pharmacies in the area, right? Uh, okay, Kathy. You lost all respect when I called you stupid. Okay. All right. We should see your way out because I don't even remember you. I'm so sorry. Um, so, 5 minutes away. Why that one? Because were they planning to go anywhere that day? Were they planning on going anywhere that day? That's the question. And it says the group stopped at a shop for some alcoholic iced teas that Candace wanted, and then the hippie house, another smoke shop, for some nicotine vapes. Then they went through the drive-through for Walgreens pharmacy and were told the prescription would take no more than 30 minutes. Who goes swimming for 30 minutes? And here's the entrance to the Warrior State Park. If there is question, if there's something you want to see while I'm in the area, email me, and I might be able to get the footage for you or talk about it or whatever. The mods can put my link, or sorry, my email right in here. And hey, Annabelle, good to see you, my love. Birdies, yes, it is 1 p.m. on Thursday when Brian Enton, I guess, will be live with Don Wells. Yes. That is correct. When will the case be solved? I can't believe how long this is taking. Um, I know. The Eastman compound. Email me. We'll talk about it. ICU says, I don't know. They have, not ICU, vet girl, apologize. Uh, they never have. If they were at Warriors Park, please call or Sonic or Walgreens. You mean, that's what I'm wondering. What's the update going to be about? That's the interesting part, really. Hey, Sepsis, good to see you. Well, I don't know if Brian will be in Arkansas or Tennessee. I mean, it may be something, done over Zoom or something. Candace will, I mean, who knows? Who knows? Oh, I know what I need to show you. This is what we need to listen to. Well, maybe I won't do that right now. I'll do that later this evening, I guess. It's already 3 o'clock. God, day goes by quick. Don's going to throw more people under the bus. Probably. Wouldn't be the first. Won't be the last, right? I would like to hear Candace speak. We already heard from Don. I actually think Don doesn't want Candace to speak, in my opinion. I always feel like he's afraid Candace will say too much or she won't remember. That's just my opinion, personally. My opinion. Have you seen anything else press wise after the 22-year-old was buried near the Wells home was found? Not that I'm aware of. DC, thank you for being a member for 7 months. That is awesome. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. Guys, if you are not a member, it's a couple bucks a month. Really helps out the channel. Consider it. We do some members only live streams and all of that as well. Time for Candace to come clean. It's now been 2 years. I agree. I mean, I think at the very least, they know more than what they are telling. Nothing new to an update soon. Don't hold your breath on that update. I don't know. We'll just have to see. According to News Nation, Brian Inton apparently emailed Ronnie Lawson and said there'll be an update in the near future. Don knows Candace will mess up. I think so too, Sepsis. I think so too. And I also think Candace does much better when Don is away in jail or whatever. I think Candace is very easily influenced. And I think that's a lot of the reason Don stays with her is because he can have his way, do what he and be done with it. I thought Don was supposedly in rehab. I don't think that was. I think that was just something that had been in Candace's phone for a minute, and she uploaded it. He's got a coat on. We're in June. They live in the South, and I think it's just a thing. Is Don and Candace going? They've always been welcome to go to any of the Summer's Day vigils, public meeting, whatever you want to call it. Everyone calls it something different, uh, that I'm aware of, but I doubt that they will go anywhere. Uh, yes, I see you did drop that News Nation article, so I recommend, reading on it and kind of putting a reminder in your phone for maybe 1 p.m. on Thursday. Um, I don't know if we can live stream it. I'll have my laptop with me, so I have internet built into my car, so I could, if I'm able to stream it, I will stream it. Someone might have already said this, but Candace needs to do an interview. Don wasn't there. Stephanie, oh my God, celebrating 8 months. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. Thank you for your support. The one statement is all. Jackie says the one statement in all this case that stands out is when Candace said they're way off when they're searching on Fields Road. Yes. Yeah. Another thing that always stood out to me as well is when they were searching and she was playing a game on the floor, and someone came to her and said, they're searching for your daughter. And she said something to the effect of, she's not around here, they're never going to find her. So, kind of exactly what you're saying. Diddler Dawn. Ugh. Well, the one thing that has been constant in Dawn's side of the family and Candace's side of the family and Dawn and Candace's life has been really raunchy abusers, child abusers, right? Living with them, marrying them in their family, being born into the family that we know of. There's been accusations from Dawn's stepsisters from when they were very young. I mean, I don't think it's an accident whenever Summer goes missing and the next day these stepsisters very bravely, in my opinion, called TBI and told them about what they had experienced with Dawn. That took a lot of guts, it was brave, in my opinion. Vet Girl celebrating 15 months. Oh my God. Thank you so much, Vet Girl. Thank you so much for your support. It means a lot. Donnie scared for Candace to be online, especially television, after the poor performance the few weeks after the disappearance. He took over as her media manager. Yeah. Don is kind of Candace's media manager. Candace says she wants a divorce but denied it. Uh, I think it's true. Maybe she can testify. Um, JD, I haven't shown this yet, but I actually have photos of her filled out divorce papers when Dawn was in jail. I have letters that she wrote to Dawn asking for a divorce. I've never showed them yet. Um, but we'll get to that. Hi, everyone. Justin. Hey, Lori. Good to see you. Summer needs to be found. Where is Dawn and Candace? That was it. One Love playing Monopoly. That's what it was. She was in the floor playing Monopoly. Probably with a Capri Sun. Just a guess. Kicking her legs in the air like a kid, laying on her belly, kicking her legs. Dawn, no evidence, and she will not be found. Dawn likes to say that. There's just nothing. There's just nothing. They haven't found anything in 2 years. That's what Dawn says. But we don't know that. We don't know what TBI has. We don't know what Hawkins County has. We don't know what the FBI has. Now, Rodney Lawson, if you believe the interview, he says there may be an update very, very soon. Dawn said they will never find Summer. Well, 3 hours after his daughter goes missing, you're saying basically that she's gone and you'll see her in the resurrection. Talk about moving on quick and not having any hope. Yep, she was playing Monopoly. Yep. That she posted. It was the old video that she posted. How ridiculous. Yeah, it was. Yes, both of them said that. Summer won't be found, and there's no evidence. Who says that about their own child? Unbelievable. Yeah. My mind just went blank. But there is a case. Oh, I see you. Help me. I swear, when you're alive, your mind goes blank. I think it's because you're constantly thinking about what to talk about next. But there's a case that there was an accident in Tennessee. Oh, it wasn't really an accident. It wasn't an accident. It was the parent who got angry at the baby, the child, and hit the kid, abused the kid, and the child died. And the TBI did an interview on it. And I thought about going over that. It's an interrogation video. If you're interested, please let me know, because we will go over that video. And the parents say they don't know what happened to their daughter. But eventually, these parents, this father, breaks down in the interview room, the interrogation room. Let me know if you guys want to see that. They didn't even know Summer yet called TBI to inform them what happened to them. Ran across a video where he made scrolling this morning. Sonia Sessions' husband is a RSO. Sonia on the Hill 3 days before Summer got gone. So I've heard that. I don't know. I heard that she was on the Hill. You see, this is the thing. right before Summer went missing, there's a lot going on. There's a lot going on. So I'll be first to tell you, I don't think Jody Sue has anything to do, in my opinion, of Summer, going missing or anything like that. But there's a lot going on Ben Hill Road right before Summer goes missing. There's this land, people, fighting over the property. Jody Sue and Don and all of them looking for the guy, kind of searching throughout the night, right? Don says CPS is there at least a day or we'll say as much as a week before Summer went missing, right? Then you have this story about the Sonia, and then you have there's a story of and what's his name, Dudley. He says he goes up to Dawn and Candace's, and he says it's Jose. It's not Jose. It's some Mexican that we don't know who it is. This guy apparently. Let me catch up with the comments because I want to know y'all's thoughts on this. Hold on 1 second. So Dudley says he goes up to get his paycheck. Don never pays him. But he says Jose is up there like a day or two before Summer goes missing. And it's not Jose. This has to be another Hispanic or Mexican male. Do y'all remember that story of they said this guy went to jail and then came back and all the drugs was taken or used? Put a 1 in the chat if you remember that. It's a long time ago, but you do believe Don loved his children, but drugs came first. Absolutely. Another homeless person. Yeah. Put a 1 in the chat if you remember that. Of someone going to jail and then getting out and their drugs was used. Let me know. Okay. All right. So, Jose was not. Jose was. By the time Jose left and went to North Carolina and then went to Alaska, was like 8 months. And we know where Jose was on June 15th and where he was the days before that. What I want to know was who was, or even if Dudley could not even be telling the truth. I don't know. But who was this alleged person? Dudley says it's Jose, but Dudley also says that he's never seen Jose or met Jose. Dudley mentioned the other Mexican on Cheers too. The dogs not being around that day is bugging me. Well, Canadian Cookie, those dogs were around that day. They were there by the time the cops showed up. Isn't that funny? But they were gone, ironically, allegedly, the time. How would he know then? Well, exactly, Lisa. He is assuming because he knows Jose's Mexican or Hispanic that that must be the guy up there. So either Dudley is making that up or it was another Hispanic person or someone Don and Candace had up there, because they're notorious for just bringing stray, you know, people home, uh, homeless, vagabond kind of people. Dudley lies as well as everyone else. Oh, absolutely. Oh, the dogs disappear inconveniently. Yeah, absolutely. Marlena says, or Dawn told Dudley another BS story. Um, well, Dudley said he was. Justin, you showed a photo of law enforcement up there that day. The one was pregnant. Yes. I have a photo of a dog that's pregnant, like really pregnant, when Summer went missing. And then there's a dog up there that had pups underneath the house. Those dogs were not running away. Now, some of the males, dogs, like if another dog in the area went in heat, may have scurried off. But you can't tell me every single dog left when Summer was allegedly abducted. And conveniently, by the time the cops come back, the dogs are back. No. Why does Don say he's been cleared? WBLT reported on 11/12/21. Hawkins County Sheriff Ronnie Lawson gave an update on the search of Summer Wells, saying that everyone is still a person of interest. Yes. Yeah, he's not cleared. Nobody's technically cleared. Now, some say because of that recording, I think Benny did. They said Jody Sue, wasn't a person of interest. But that's never been officially stated as well. But I don't think Jody Sue has anything to do with it, in my opinion. Dogs have acute hearing and a sixth sense of dangers. If Summer was abducted, the dogs would have gone in attack mode. Well, every time I have been on Ben Hill Road, and it has been multiple times, sometimes with the camera, sometimes, or some footage I've shown, some footage I haven't shown, right? But every single time I've ever been on Ben Hill Road, at the bottom of 110 Ben Hill Road, there's always been dogs. By the time you get the engine off, you step outside, they hear you coming down the hill. And you can't tell me the dog that had puppies underneath the porch, what'd she do? Carry her puppies with her? Yeah. The guy that took Summer knew the layout of the house, which is the urban area, not isolated like the Wells. The guy that took Smart. Oh, okay, gotcha. Well, let me show you this. It's funny you mentioned that. So I'm working on something for this evening. I'll just go ahead and show it. Let me find it. Okay. So here is Beach Creek Road. Right here. Beach Creek Road. Does this look like in a place where, you know, you're going to go abduct a child? This is Beach Creek Road. This is not, this is almost where you turn onto Ben Hill Road. Well, right here is where Ben Hill Road kind of starts. It's off right here. Here's Don and Candace's building, actually. Here's Don and Candace's building. This is Beach Creek Road. I mean, it's very spread out. This is farmland. You know, this is where people shoot first and ask questions later. Right? Hey, Justin just came in. Bring me up to date. Hello, Grossy. Good to see you. We talked about a new, if you should probably go back, and that way you can see what we were talking about in the article. There's a new article out, and it's quite a bit, actually. People don't murder kids over land. No. The rolling hills of Tennessee. And, you know, this is the building right here. Like right there. That's Don and Candace's building. 1% chance overall, statistically, that it's a non-familiar abduction, right? That it's outside someone, the family, or knowing someone who knows them, right? How many times have they knocked anyone else's door down? According to Don. Don says 8 times. I don't think it's been 8 times, personally. But we do have pictures of that door. See right here? You can tell. I guess they were the frames off. And that old mattress. Locals know the mountains and terrain like the back of their hand. If she walked off, would the TBI and Amber Alert? Nope, walking off doesn't fit the criteria. Bingo. Yeah. Well, the card team was there. They said they have a 95% chance of a recovery, right? Of finding the child. The mattress is disgusting. I wouldn't even lay my babies lay on my baby doggies. No, no. They haven't knocked anyone else's doors down. Here's the dog trail entrance. This is also in the fall. Hold on a minute. Burn it with the trash. Yeah, that was actually my trash man. I didn't know what was going on outside. Um, in my opinion, Dave Rader is the expert in missing people's cases. Where did that comment go? And he doesn't believe not in Candace. Well, what always stood out to me when he would talk, Dave Rader, was he, from what I took away from it, felt like their summer had possibly been moved. That was always interesting to me. So, mods, how many thumbs up do we have? Please hit that thumbs up. People means a lot. Am going to Hawkins County. I will be there June 15th. I plan on doing probably a fundraiser for missing and exploited children. That day will not be taking any sort of donations or anything. We got 400. Let's get to 500. Come on, let's do at least 100 more thumbs up. I would really appreciate it. 416. We're getting there. Thank y'all. So this is the door that Summer was supposed to either be taken out or walked out. And the property isn't. It says Don Wesley Wells Jr. I think that means Don Wells. I think the junior Don Wells is the second. So I think it actually means him, not Don Wells the third. I think that's what it means. But remember, Candace said, yes, his son is the third. Exactly, kitty cats. So Candace said, nobody in, nobody out that day. Kids are locked in, nobody out, right? Nobody in, nobody out. Well, if that was the case, how could anybody be waiting in that house if those doors were locked? Right? So that would mean, which they have said, that the doors were locked to begin with, right? So that would mean if Summer was abducted, that within 2 to 5 minutes that she would have had, when Summer walked, or Candace walked Summer over and she said, "Watch your sister." And Candace walked back, helped her mom in 2 to 5 minutes. And Candace or Summer said, "Oh, brothers, I'm going downstairs to play with my toys." And she goes downstairs. She would have had to go play with her toys and then go unlock that door, and then hold on one second. She would have been right here, right? Candace and Grandis are sitting right here. We know that. Oh, thank you so much, Vet Girl. Appreciate it. Biggest takeaway: she was gone in 2 minutes from the basement door, and Candace Wells and outside by the camper. The door clear. Well, yes, that's exactly. Thank you so much. It's exactly what I'm about to show. You think Summer's going to go easy? She was sassy. Don and Candace will tell you that, right? Within 2 to 5 minutes, Candace and Grandis are sitting right here. Remember, this is on the other side of the road. It's on this side of the road, this camper, right? You think someone's going to drag her over this way or down this way, and you're not going to be able to hear it? Let me show you something. Look how small this house is. Look how small this house is. So you have, here's the entrance, right? Here's the entrance. And you have the boys right in here in this room, right here, watching TV. You have Candace and Grandis over here where the camper is. Here's the exit, right, that they say Summer either walked out of or was taken out of. You don't think 3 boys, 2 adults, one of them isn't going to hear something in 2 to 5 minutes? Can you imagine an abductor holding a 40-pound screaming child, running down a steep hill and getting into a vehicle, holding her and trying to drive off? Kind of hard, I would say. Yep. Yeah. Especially if they went down the dog trail. I mean, going down the woods like that. And in my opinion, if she went down the driveway, there, I mean, the driveway is a lot longer. right? It's gravel, it's steep. You're going to hear it as well. Oh, yeah. They did show it on the news. Yes, going down the dog trail. It doesn't add up. I, well, and go look at I think it was the last live I did, how I told how if there was a truck sitting down there, whenever they, got home, they would have seen it, or a neighbor would have seen it, right? Or if a truck came along and just parked there at randomly and just ran up the hill, they would have had to have known that Summer was up there, and the risk factor of them being outed in front of adults and many children, it's not going to happen. You're going to be as close to your car as possible. Abductors are always close by their car for an escape. Always. So, it just is what it is. 472 likes. Come on, let's get to 500. 500. Come on. So, I thought that was a very interesting live where I showed how, in my opinion, it's not possible. So I recommend, if you didn't see that one, go see that. It's too steep for a Diet Coke trail or anything like that. What's a Diet Coke trail? What's the Diet Coke trail? Yeah, just like Kohlberger parked out front. They want to be as close to their car's vehicle as possible. We put her in her car. Most little kids don't want to play in the basement by themselves. I can't imagine anybody wanting to play in that dark basement by themselves. Zipped, you're absolutely right. In one of Candace's interviews, I wished I would have went outside with her. And actually, in Candace's first interview, she says, if I would have, it's in the first 10 seconds of that interview, she says something about if she wouldn't have left by her swing or something to that effect. But Summer seemed like an outdoors person. Absolutely. And to be honest with you, if they would have said Summer is outside, I went inside, meaning Candace went inside, and she came out and Summer was gone, that would have been more believable to me. But if you and your mom are outside and your mom's sitting in the doorstep and you're outside the doorstep, in 2 to 5 minutes, all of that happened. If she would have said, you know what, I went inside, I was cooking dinner, and kids were playing, and I looked and she nowhere to be found, and I don't know if she was walked off, if she was abducted, that would be more believable. But not, I'm outside in 2 to 5 minutes. She must have been feet away from me when she was allegedly abducted. Doesn't work. Doesn't fit. I think they do, JD. Personally, I do. 501. Thank y'all. I think they do have something. They have to. We'll have to see. 503. Thank y'all. Grandma is missing. No one of the three has even came up on the news and pleaded for her safe return. No one, they can't even say Summer's name. They certainly didn't know her birthday. Dawn didn't. Northern, yeah, he said hopefully an update shortly. Hey, GD, DD, how are you? Stillwater says the basement in that room that has been familiar to Don because it resembles the sleazeball places he's been to. He is a real decorative guy. Yeah. It is a perplexing case. It is. But we can't give up on Summer because her parents give up on her. And we just can't. And she's loved by so many of us. Thought if you grow up not knowing that the basement is unacceptable, then that you think it's normal. Is Sherry really in jail? I don't know. You mean Allie's mom? Well, I mean, think about it. Don and Candace, if Summer was to be dropped off at 110 Ben Hill Road, where would she be? Nobody's there. They clearly don't think she's coming back. But if she was to come back, it's not like they would have any rights either. Candace ran away. Yeah, she ran away pretty, I mean, a few weeks or so, I don't know, after, it was a minute, but after Summer went missing. Summer's an Aquarius. Yeah, she is an Aquarius. Yeah, you're right. February. Justin, do you think that now that the boys are permanently never going back to a disgraceful pair, the charges will be brought against Don and Candace? If so, could Bruce and Duo might talk? Potentially. But I'll be honest with you, CPS usually doesn't prosecute, especially if you sign over the rights. Especially if you sign over the rights. So, I don't know. Aquariuses are very feisty. All right, guys, I'm at an hour and 30 minutes. I'm going to jump off here. I'll be live later tonight. I may be live here in a little bit as well on my second channel, Clutch Them Pearls. It's my more fun channel. It's not the true crime stuff. It's just a little bit of everything over there. If you want to join me there, it's called Clutch Them Pearls. So join me over there and hit the subscribe button and hit that notification bell to all. And that way you never miss it. The mods can drop that in chat. Clutch them pearls. Okay. There you go. Thank you. I see you. Thank you all for the thumbs up, the donations, memberships. Appreciate you all. God bless each and every one of you. Justice for Summer Wells.